Well, my friends, welcome back. It's always good to hear from you, too. You know, I watch these commercials and stuff like that of little children, that get cancer. Little kids that have running water. I mean, just live in deplorable conditions. Deplorable to us, but I don't know. You'd wish you'd see better because we know better. But they may not know better, but we do, and most of us wish they would have better. You know, off the subject again. This son of a bitch, Microsoft. I'll tell you, update, update, update. I'm trying to do something and the damn thing wants to shut down updates. And all of a sudden it just starts up and loses everything. Then I got to start over with stuff. I'll tell you. And it seems like it's getting worse. More and more and more updates. Does that tell you anything how evil this son of a bitch is? I mean, come on. If your system is that big piece of shit, you got a bad product. Okay? I don't even know why the fuck we use it. Shove it up your ass. There's got to be a lot. I guarantee you, there's a lot better systems out there somewhere. Somebody's invented them, but by God, they won't let it come out, will they? I mean, if something's that corrupted, blah 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 blah, instead of having some stupid Microsoft Defender or whatever they got in there for why don't they come up with their own antivirus? They're the ones that create all the viruses and stuff, anyways. But I mean, why don't they come out with that and just blanket your machine and that's it? We don't have to do all these stupid updates all the time. Just update your quote antivirus thing and it'll take care of everything. But no, we have to install spyware and everything else and blah blah blah. I mean, the evil crap that goes on with this thing would probably just mind boggle you. You probably can't even understand half of what they're doing to you. I'll tell you. People seem to think we have some kind of constitution or think we have this and think we have that. The only thing you got is what you can keep. And I'm not saying take, because I mean that means you'd be out there taking from somebody else that has earned it. All I'm saying is that you've earned, you keep. These son of a bitches don't want you to keep anything you've earned. You earned it, okay? And then they turn around and they go, we're going to spend all this bullshit, promissory note, treasury notes, everything's a note, and we're gonna sell all this stuff out throughout the world, and the Fed's gonna buy it, and everybody's gonna buy it, and gonna fund our country with all these bonds and T-bills and this and that bullshit we sell. Oh, and your taxes. You know what? Your taxes don't pay for shit. I mean, your taxes pay for nothing, people. It's just a way to keep you down and out. That's all. It doesn't pay for nothing. You think you're paying for roads? You think you're paying for this? You're paying for that? You're not paying for nothing. They just print out of thin air. Well, if they can print everything out of thin air, why don't they just print your bullshit taxes out of thin air? They need to. They're just doing this to keep you down, keep you a slave on the plantation. That's all you are. You're a slave on the plantation. You keep what you got. 9/10 of the law. You earned it, you keep it. I'll tell you what, our founding fathers, if they could just poof right up out of the ground all of a sudden, they all standing around there looking at this. they wouldn't be allowed in Congress. They wouldn't be allowed in the White House, even though they built the damn thing way back when. You wouldn't be allowed. They wouldn't be allowed. But then when they explain to you why they wrote the amendments the way they wrote them, well, that would conflict with everything the Supreme Court and all these scholars and Satan worshipers have said. And then let's go back a little further. Like I keep saying, this is God's planet, this is God's world. God already has his laws. God made his laws. God's already told you, period, flat out, point blank, these are my moral laws, that's it. He's already told you. And that applies to everyone. Every man, woman, and child in this world. Screw the Constitution, screw their bullshit imaginary corrupt laws, and screw them. The whole... I know, I had to catch myself. I was going to go off. And it wasn't going to be blank. It was going to be blankety blank, 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 blank. Anyhow, maybe I keep some people's attention this way. But this is what usually happens towards the end of the video. But they don't have the right. They seem to come in, Satan, the lawless one, comes in and says, oh, I have all the... No, he has nothing, absolutely nothing to say about nothing. Yeah, absolutely nothing. This government has absolutely nothing to say about nothing. Why? Because there's God's moral laws, period. That's it. And they're going to sit here and run around and tell you this, tell you that, make a bunch of draconian crap up to enslave you. Man, can you imagine Judgment Day? Oh, I was the Supreme Court Justice. I was the Chief Justice. God just going to stand there probably. Look at him. Might not say a word to him. Probably won't have to. Because God doesn't have to talk. He thinks. His will. And it's done. See, they're getting ready to haul him off or something like that, and one of the sergeants or Roman army guys come up to him and says, hey, listen, my kid's sick, can you heal my kid? And, and God said, well, Jesus says, he could go there. He says, oh, you don't have to. He says, all I do is I send a little peon over here, and he goes and does it. I said, you just think it, and it is. And he says, because of your faith, your child's healed. Now, I could have it all screwed up. But, that's the gist of it. And that's what I'm saying. God doesn't have to be there in the physical. He thinks it, and it is. It is such. That's how it works. So in the big old Supreme Court justice or the president or any of these big shots down there, God just thinks it. And all of a sudden their brain just goes about ready to explode, and their eyes get real big, and all of a sudden they're like, and they just vanish into the pit. You better get right with God. I'm telling you. And I'm not preaching to the choir here. I mean, that goes for everyone. But some of you are so evil and wicked, you don't even understand what, you'd never even understand it in a million years. Because you're that corrupt. You've given your soul over that far gone. I say that. God's in the impossible business. There might be this, I don't know, little flicker that all of a sudden God does something and they realize and they repent. And that's good. Even though they cause a lot of people misery and a whole bunch of other stuff. But God takes care of that too. And He makes it right. You know, these cigars are about enough to really piss a guy off. I don't know what the hell the deal is. There ain't a humidor right over here in the desk drawer. There ain't a humidor. I got another one sitting right here. What the hell more do you want? Hey, minute. I don't want to have to send a bunch of cigars back. I usually don't do stuff like that. I just endure, but this is nuts, man. I mean, I've had cigars, I can set the son of a gun down here and it'll burn back that far, easily that far. Just ash, if you don't touch it. And it'll stay intact. I mean, that's a good cigar. This, man, tell you what, I'll show it again. So you don't buy the damn things. Yeah. Maybe if I didn't talk, but I mean, they should stay lit better than this. I mean, come on, man. But, like I was saying, you know, they're so full of themselves because they're so-and-so and so. Listen, I don't care what branch of the government you're in or where you're at in the government or anything, and you're in law enforcement, whatever. You work for the American people, okay? The American people. That's us. There's 350 million of us, and I don't know, another probably 50, maybe 100 million, I don't know, illegals in this country. They've been coming in a long time. They've been coming in for a long, long time. Do you think this has just been going on since Biden? Well before Biden. This has been going on a long time. There could be 100 million of them people here. We don't know. Well, the government's got a pretty good idea, probably. But, I mean, American people, you're like a mushroom. So, the fact of the matter is they sit here and they do all this stuff to you. And you're going to like it. Like I said, you earn it, you keep it. They don't want you to keep it. They want to take it. I remember old thing, A-Team, Mr. T. I pity the fool. That's right. You see, they're fools. When they come against you, you better just pity the fool. And they better start thinking about their bullshit draconian laws. There are no laws at all. They're total fly in the face of the Constitution. They think because they wrote this, it doesn't apply. The Constitution applies today and tomorrow, and the whole 9 yards, it applies. Period. And like I said before, God's law supersedes everything. His moral law supersedes anything, the Constitution, anything in the bill, everything. The whole world should be following God's law. Period. We don't need another law. We don't need anything. It's God's law, and it's very simple. You see, this is it. God writes it, it's very simple. Bloop, 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 bloop. There it is. A child could understand it. A child could understand it. You get into this bullshit legal system. Fact of the matter is, they make things complicated that are not complicated. All right, they want to make it sound complicated. One guy wrote to me and said something about the monetary sense of being complicated, and I mean he's right. Don't get me wrong, he is right. They make it complicated for a reason, to pull the bullshit over on you. That's why they make it complicated, but it's not really complicated. I know that's a contradiction, but at the end of the day, in a nutshell, more Microsoft bullshit. It's simple. They write checks on your back. You're responsible for all this. Doesn't matter how complicated the system is. In a nutshell, you're responsible. There you go. Why do you think they have that debt clock thing? They got all the debt here and this and that and all these things and blah, 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 and gold, silver, and all that crap. Crypto, I think, is on there now. It's been a while since I've looked, but I think maybe it's on there. Crypto's bullshit, though, right? But they got it on there, if I remember right. You have to go look. I mean, I could be wrong. My old timers might be kicking in. But anyhow, if you weren't responsible for it, why do we have a debt clock? Why does it show what every man, woman, and child owes? Why does it show every family unit owns? Why does it show this? Why does it have that breakdown on it if you don't owe it? Oh, that's right, because you owe it. Because of they're slicksters and they're just evil. Evil. Period. There's nothing more to go about. I mean, we can sit here and we can talk about, break down every little thing there is. We can break down every Supreme Court ruling and every law and every statute and every ordinance. You can sit here for decades breaking all this stuff down and this and that. And you know what? At the end of the day, you know what it all is in a nutshell? Right. You guessed it. Bullshit imaginary crap that the devil is perpetrating on you to make you a slave, so you sin and everything else. That's all it is. It's just all bullshit, people, to keep you under control. They come out with their bullshit Second Amendment stuff, which is totally unconstitutional. Shall not be infringed. A child could understand. Shall not. Shall not. Not maybe. Let's change it whenever we want. Let's do this. No. Shall not. No room for interpretation. Shall not. But they want to sit here and play their bullshit games with you. That means any agency that comes, that is an illegal agency. Oh, but the law says... I'm telling you, you're in violation of the Constitution. And when you come against the American people, at some point in some time, you're going to get your ass shot off. And that is a sad, sad day. I don't want to see it happen. I don't want to see it. I just don't. Look what they did at Waco. Those people, what they did at Waco, they were defending themselves. Defending themselves from tyranny. From the whole 9 yards. They didn't do anything wrong. But they sure killed a lot of men and, well, women and children. They sure did that, didn't they? Bunch of people dressed in black with black masks on and blah, blah. You know what? You would think, oh, we got to protect our identity. Why do you have to protect your identity if you're such a good guy that rides in on a white horse and wears a white hat? Why is that? I mean, you're the knight in shining armor. You should be proud of what you're doing. You're catching the bad guy. You're not proud of what you're doing, are you? You know what you're doing. You know what criminals you are. Yeah, you better cover your damn faces. I'm not against illegals at all. Not whatsoever. I'm against how they're coming into the country. That I am. Being flown in on airplanes because of some special visa crap thing. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands being flown in on airplanes throughout the whole country on some special visa. We don't even have to walk. We don't even have to go get dirty. We don't even have to get wet. We just get in an airplane and they'll drop us off someplace. And that's what I'm talking about. The evil that just runs rampant. I remember years ago, I probably said it before. Some guy was speeding, and he come by me, and I don't know, a cop was coming at us or something, but he didn't see the guy pass me, but he was out in front of me, and I don't know, he pulled me over. And I mean, I wasn't speeding or anything, and I told him I wasn't, and he goes, well, he says, sometime in your life you sped. Here's your ticket. Okay, so I took it, paid it. Who gives a shit? Back then, I mean, it wasn't much, anyways. Shit, I don't know, 25, $50. It wasn't much. But anyways, his attitude was, at some time in your life you sped, so here's your ticket. Okay. We're going to apply that logic. Okay? We're going to apply that logic to everything now. Going to be a smart ass? Okay. We want to do this. We want to do that. Okay. But sometime in your life, you have violated someone's rights. Okay. What's that mean? Well, read section whatever. Title 18, 242. Things such as that. Read it. Is that how you want to be treated? My God, I sure hope not. I sure hope it doesn't come to that. I don't want it to come to that. I want everybody to live in peace. I want the whole world to live in peace. But that is not, that's me. I don't want to see people running around killing each other. I wish they stopped their stupid shit. But no, not when you got people out there making the millions and billions and billions, if not trillions of dollars off this. Why the hell would they stop that? Why would they stop killing people when there's big money? These people are corrupt as hell. They're evil. Don't be part of that. I'm telling you, man. It's just, I mean, I can believe it. I know it happens. It's fucking Microsoft bullshit again. It's like unbelievable. They just fucking updated too. Son of, that's why, I mean, I'm sitting. But yeah. It's like, you want to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing like the bully and the tyrant does. And then all of a sudden one day all hell breaks loose and you get your ass handed to you and go, oh, 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 oh. I don't want to see that for you. I don't want to see that for anybody. I wish you'd just kind of like wake up one day and go, yep, I understand. Yeah, I can read. I can comprehend. I see what I've been doing is wrong, and repent from your ways. That goes for everyone. I mean, I don't care what you're doing. If you're breaking the law, sin. Sin. Doesn't matter. One's not worse than the other. Well, I say there probably is one that's probably worse than most. Blasphemy, take the Lord's name in vain and that. I mean, there are a few that are, you just we've all said it and we've all done it. And man, you think about it and you're thinking, this is the Creator. Anyways, y'all take care, man. I don't want to see bad things happen. I just don't. I don't want any of this crap. None of it. I don't want to be part of it either. None of it. But there's a point in time in life when you got to stand up and defend yourself. And that's what pisses me off. That's what sickens me. Is you get pushed into a position where you have to do this. Pushed into a position that you don't want to take. You don't want to do. But they push you into it. Man, if the son of a bitches just wake up. Hopefully God will do that. Y'all take care. Keep praying for these people. Keep praying for yourselves and your friends and your loved ones and the world leaders. And pray for these people that are getting the hell blown out of them and stuff. Because most of them, they haven't done anything. Their stupid ass leaders done this stupid stuff. It's their leaders. And the people, like us, we pay the price for it because of these stupid assholes. I mean, Israel's doing what Israel's doing because some son of bitches come over and blew the hell out of them, chopped kids' heads off, this and that stuff, and now they're the bad guy. It's like they're defending themselves because of some stupid ass leader. Right. Ukraine, same thing. Ukraine got the shit blown out of it because, well, we wanted to put whatever, defense systems on their border and stuff with NATO and blah, blah, blah. And Putin said, man, I mean, this didn't happen overnight, people. That's been going on for years. And all of a sudden, and they're paying for it because of some stupid ass leaders. But we can't live in peace, can we? What a damn shame. A lot of good men and women and children are dying. Innocence. Total, pure innocence. I didn't personally go do it, but man, my piece of shit government's doing it. That blood's on my hand just like it's on yours. In our name, they go do this crap. In our name. Man. You talk about evil. God's got a special place. God's got God knows what's going to happen. Unbelievable. I mean, that is unbelievable to me. All this is being done in our name. Because don't know when to stop.